What's going on, guys? My name is Triforce Addiction. Welcome back to another COD mobile video. So today we're just going to be doing a small review of a newly released HG40 Golden Gears. Given that most people already have this skin, I think it's also important to highlight a bit of its origin, where it actually came from. So obviously this is a Vanguard gun. It was actually the MP40, but of course in this game it's the HG40. It's basically just the same thing. The HG40 was primarily a DLC SMG back in Black Ops 3, and it was basically supposed to mimic the MP40, but in a more futuristic style. But again, we all knew what the gun actually was, and for a long time, I think a lot of us wanted a MP40 looking skin to make the HG look more like the MP40. For me, given that I've been playing this game for about 6 years at this point, I would have assumed that at some point we would have received a skin that would look like that. I mean, even for the ASM-10, we got that skin that looked like the A94 from Modern Warfare 2019. I mean, that was a pretty cool skin to use. A lot of people don't really find it appealing because of the iron sight, but for me, I mean, I kind of feel indifferent about it. It's all right. It's something I'd probably use every now and then. But with this HG40, believe it or not, it's actually been in the game files for quite some time. Maybe for about a year or so. We had like a lot of leaks about this in the past, and we would have assumed that maybe at some point they would have released it, but they actually never did until now. It was just in the game files for a long time, and we just assumed that maybe at some point they would have sold it in a bundle or have it in some sort of lucky draw or even a lucky box. But again, it never happened, and it kind of faded into obscurity for a little bit until recently. However, they finally found a way to distribute it to everyone by just having us watch the live stream for about an hour and a half in COD Next, which was probably the most painful 3.5 hours of my life, to be honest. I'm sure most of you guys have already seen my video on the COD Next event. It was not an event I was really happy about. I don't think a lot of people were. But if anything, this was actually one of the only good things that came out of this entire stream. Well, that and also the 880 COD points if you were fast enough to redeem those points with your UID. Because during the stream, a lot of people were having issues with, claiming their rewards, and sometimes when they got out of that stream and they try to come back, it would end up becoming a lot like, I don't know, like the stream wouldn't work, so people were worried that they weren't going to be able to unlock the HG40 Golden Gears as well as the Ghost skin. You would go into the stream page and it just wouldn't pop up. You would have to like wait like a little bit before the stream actually popped up, and then the reward section popped up. But I had to like double check and make sure multiple times to see if the amount of time that I was streaming or at least watching the stream was actually counting. And yeah, I was really, really like hyper fixated on making sure that I actually ended up getting this HG40. Luckily, they were working on fixing that, thank God, because I thought they were just gonna like not fix it at all, and then none of us would have been able to get the HG40 unless like maybe you were like one of the content creators that went to COD Next, which was funny enough because over there, like Ferg, all the major content creators that went, they actually already had access to that skin because of the build that they were given in that COD Next event. The entire time they were using the Undertaker skin, they were using the Alexa Bliss draw content, such as the CX9, also the HG40 Golden Gears. I think also the Ghost skin, and they were just playing a various assortment of different modes, such as Horde Point and such. Just things that I don't really think they had to leave their homes for, but here we are. But the skin itself, like I said, it takes the shape of the actual MP40. I mean, it's not like the iron sight, everything is like pretty good. And I would say the best quality of it is actually the camo coverage. No matter what you use, it covers basically the entire weapon. And when I mean the entire weapon, I'm actually just talking about like what you can see when you're in a first person perspective. Like you just see a ton of that camo coverage. Weirdly enough, during the entire Sten Diamond grind, I haven't really seen a lot of people actually use it. Maybe there's a lot less people that actually got it than I think, or maybe they're just not really interested in using the HG40 at the moment. But it's a pretty good skin nonetheless, especially when it comes to epics. They've kind of been doing a pretty good job at having us do certain tasks to get decently well-crafted epic skins, which is actually surprising to me. Because over the past few years, whenever there was a challenge to receive some sort of epic blueprint, that blueprint wasn't really that great. It was just like maybe just some sort of coat of paint with different attachment skins, and that was basically it. But recently we got that ASM-10 from the ranked festival. We ended up getting that ASM-10 Electra, that QQ9 from that other event. We've been getting a lot of epic skins that actually make the gun look different instead of just having some sort of attachment skin thing. So I am grateful for that. I mean, COD Mobile right now is not in a good place in terms of, I guess, balancing, but in terms of skin distribution, they've been doing a pretty decent job, and I'll give them that. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this blueprint. I'm sure most of you guys have it at this point that we're watching the stream. But yeah, anyways, have a wonderful day, guys, and I'm gonna head to bed.